So let's create zoom transitions. Now it's really easy to create these zoom transitions on DaVinci Resolve. Now you just have to create this transition once. Once you create it, you can save it and you can use it for all other videos of yours. Now if you guys are new here, for those who don't know, I'm Fenzer. I do travel, tech and filmmaking on this channel. So if you're into that sort of stuff, please consider hitting the subscribe button. So let's dive into DaVinci Resolve to show you how it's done. So these are the two footages that I have and I'll be adding a zoom in transition between these clips. So the very first step is come to effects, drag an adjustment clip here. Now you can add favorites to adjustment clip, so it will always come in the favorites tab. Now I want this transition to be just 1 second, so I have to press shift plus right arrow to move 1 second, and I'll cut the rest of the adjustment clip. Now I'll drag the adjustment clip in between the two clips. Then I come to the Fusion tab right here. Now what I have to do is shift plus space bar and then type in transform and just add. Now we'll do a simple keyframing. So I'll come to the very first frame and I'll mark a keyframe on size. Then I'll go to the frame where the next video begins. Yeah, just one frame before I put a keyframe here, and one frame after, that means the beginning of the next video, I put a keyframe here, and in the last frame I put a keyframe here. Now I'll come to this particular frame where the video is about to end, and I'm going to change the size to 1.5. Okay, and the very next frame, that is the beginning of the second video, I'm going to change it to 0.75. Now you can see the boundary becomes like this, so you can change the edges to duplicate. Okay, now in the last keyframe I'm not going to adjust anything, let it be 1 itself. So now you have this kind of transition, and you know it doesn't look so nice, so let's fix that. So for that you come to spline right here and just let me just adjust this one. Select the transform node and just press this arrow right here. It will adjust everything in one frame. Now let me select all and just press S on your keyboard. Now I'm going to adjust the graph in such a way you can follow along. I'll bring the second keyframe and I'll just move it like this, and I'll bring the third keyframe and move like this. So now if you play, you can see it's a nice zoom transition. Still it's not there yet. So what you can do now is come to, let me close the spline, come to the transform node again, go to settings. There is something called motion blur. Just click this and change the quality to about maybe 4. It's up to your preference. I prefer it at 4. And now you can see that there is a nice zoom transition. So once you're happy with the transition, what you can do is you can save this. Now where I have to save is I have to save it in the power bins. If you cannot see the power bins, just click on these 3 dots and just click on show power bins. So this is like a master file where you can save in these transitions. I've created a folder, zoom, and just drag this right here, and I can just rename this to zoom in. So now on any project that I do, I can access this transition right here. Now let's move on with the zoom out transition. For that, what I have to do is the same technique but in reverse. Select the clip and come to Fusion, reset the transform node. Okay, so everything is reset. Now the very same technique you have to apply here. On the first frame, I'll set a keyframe here and then go to the end of this first video. I click a keyframe here. Then I go to the first part of the second video, click a keyframe there, and then the last frame also select a keyframe. Now the first keyframe, I'm not going to adjust anything, but for the second point right here, I'm going to change this value to 0.75, change the edges to duplicate, go to the next frame, change the size to 1.5, and the last frame I'm not going to do anything. So now you have something like this. Again, it doesn't look nice. So the same thing, you have to come to spline, transform, select the arrow, select all and press S on the keyboard. And here I will be adjusting the second keyframe like this, and the third keyframe like this. It's a similar approach but in reverse. That's the only difference right here. Now if I play, you can see it's a nice zoom transition. Now again, you can add in motion blur. Once you're happy, you can add in the motion blur again. So come to settings, motion blur, and I'm going to change it to 4. Now you can see that you have achieved a nice zoom out transition. Now same way you can save this transition. You just have to drag it, put it in the power bin. Let me name this to zoom out. Now the last one is a simple dynamic push in zoom. So here it's pretty simple. You just drag an adjustment clip on top, and here what I'll do is just come to the zoom in the inspector, just press a keyframe, go 10 frames, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, then zoom into maybe like 1.3 or yeah, around that much, 1.4. Now instead of playing with the position slider as it is zooming in, you can play with the anchor point, so that each time it zooms in, you don't have to each time play with the position slider. You just leave an anchor point to this value right here, and it will automatically adjust back to the original position once you zoom back. So now you can see it's very abrupt, it's not very smooth, so we have to fix that. Now for that, what you can do is come to this triangle right here, right click and just press ease out, and in the next keyframe, right click, ease in. Let me just move the slider to a bit here. Now you can see it's a nice zoom in, it's very smooth. Now you can also apply a zoom out. For that, what I have to do is just mark a keyframe here, go 10 frames, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Just double click on zoom value to reset to the original value, and automatically a keyframe is applied. Right click, ease in, go to the previous keyframe, right click, ease out. It will be like a nice push in zoom and then a nice push out zoom. So now you know what to do. You can save it right here. I'll just drag and drop it here, rename it to slow zoom. There you have it. Now I hope you guys found this video helpful. Give me a thumbs up if you did, and let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions or suggestions. So that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.